All right, let's visit with friend of the program, Michael Skiba, who's also known as Dr. Fraud. That's what I call him because he's known throughout the world as Dr. Fraud. And he's joining us right now on the KRDO Newsline. Dr. Fraud, it seems like forever since we've talked. This is amazing. Welcome to the show. We're going to talk about back-to-school safety, and you would think there are some things that were off limits as far as fraud is concerned, but this doesn't seem to be off limits.
Dan, really great to be here again and great to talk to you. And yeah, it's been definitely way too long and, great to join you and the listeners. And yeah, I mean, we know that fraud is seasonal. You and I have talked about this many times throughout the year, different focus. Right now, of course, back to school, everyone's excited and there's some anxiety going on with parents and kids. The fraudsters are absolutely capitalizing on that. And we're seeing that in many different areas. We're seeing it with shopping. We're seeing it with, actual student taxes, scholarship scams, test prep scams, student loan forgiveness scams. I mean, it's pretty much across the board. Anywhere they can try to penetrate, into someone's pocketbook or personal information, they're really focused on that right now, Dan.
What are some of the big shopping scams out there that people should be aware of?
Most of these originate on the, what I call the marketplace sites.
Yes.
They would be Facebook, eBay, Poshmark. People looking to either, get a good deal from a buyer perspective or sell things, kind of clear out the inventory as they revisit what they had, left over from last year. So you're seeing it from both angles, and there's certain things people can do, if you look at one of the keys I always say, look at the reviews and then the reviewers' reviews on a buyer or a potential seller. And if they have very limited, I'd say 3 or 5 or under, that's a definite red flag that it's a fake profile and they're just looking to get, personal information or money from you.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, we take part in Facebook Marketplace all the time, my wife and I. And it's amazing how many of these fake profiles are out there because you can almost instantaneously know that the profile is fake because they won't provide the information that normal people that want to sell their goods provide. Would that be a good assessment?
Absolutely. It's what I call like a dry profile. You get in there and it's just not robust. You don't see pictures, you don't see links, not a lot of friends posting. They don't have much of a seller history or buyer history, and I saw a recent study which showed about half of new profiles have some degree of suspicion to them. Not that they're fraudulent, but so buyer and seller beware. If you're seeing someone that's new and it looks kind of dry and, like a hotel room that's furnished, right? It just doesn't feel right to you, I would definitely proceed with caution.
Now, let's bounce off a couple of topics here because I want to get as much in as possible. So we'll do short answers. But the fraud that's going on right now with the IRS, like imposter notices, is that rampant?
Yeah, student taxes, that's what they're focused on. Either taxes due or taxes that need to be paid before tuition. It's the classic IRS imposter notices on mail, text, email, websites. So you have to look at the URLs to be sure that it's the correct IRS, notification.
And what about exciting news like a scholarship that you've been offered? Are there a lot of scholarship scams that are going on out there?
Yes, 100%. And, they feed on exactly like you said, excitement. Students, parents are so excited, they're going to get, some allocated expenses. And what they do is people don't use their, they kind of, hop in very quickly. And a lot of times what they do is they ask for a fee up front in order to apply. And that's a huge flag because most legitimate scholarships don't ask for that.
What about a test
huge flag right up front?
What about a test prep scam?
Same thing. Yep. They're asking for fees. They might ask for a lot more personal information. Maybe that would be required. People want their, parents want their students to do well. So they kind of aren't thinking like it's a scam and they release too much information and it's too late.
Now, these next few apps that you're going to recommend are ones that you have vetted. Let's give some good apps that people can use if they're sending their kids off to college.
And these are some that I've recommended to my family members and use. A couple is Be Aware is one, and it's basically like a geofence. So if someone, goes outside of that geofence, it will alert them. Family Locator great one. Keep your family in the loop on where exactly you are. Circle of Six, really good one in case of an emergency, so that 6 people close to you are notified immediately with the touch of a button. And a scream alarm, which is kind of like a personal alarm. It just makes a really loud sound. Again, click of a button and sends a GPS notice.
Always great information. Is there anywhere someone can go to, maybe your website, or get more information about scams that are out there and things to be aware of?
Absolutely, Dan. Thanks for asking. More than happy to help. drfraud.org is my site. I have all kinds of handles on there, and I free information all day, everywhere. More than happy to answer any questions specifically that anybody has, Dan. But always great to be here and great to be chatting with you and the listeners.
Last time I checked, you were at the United Nations, wasn't that right, in New York?
Actually in Thailand.
Thailand, that's right.
Dan. Yeah, 11 hours plus. So, a little bit of jet lag going on there. But, other side of the world, same scams, Dan.